Julius Deborah, the Minister for Defense, Honorable Dr. Omani Boama, the National Security Advisor, Mr. Prosper Bani, the Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Alex Segbefia, other Ministers of State, the General Secretary of the National Democratic Party, the media. We, the military hierarchy, made up of myself, the Chief of the Defense Staff, the Chief of the Army Staff, the Chief of the Naval Staff, the Chief of the Air Staff, and the Chief of Staff at the General Headquarters have come here this afternoon to lend our support to the noble venture that, Your Excellency, you have established, the MahamaCare. We share in the goal of this venture that seeks to provide financial assistance to individuals living with chronic diseases across the country, and especially to cover the cost of care and medication for non-communicable diseases not currently included under the National Health Insurance Scheme. We are intrigued, and it is also heartwarming, to kidney failure and stroke, among many others, will equally benefit from this fund. Your Excellency, salary to the fund. Meanwhile, who are willing to also consider making some contribution, no matter how little it is, towards the funds, because we know that one day, as individuals, that is why I humbly join, including our sister security agencies, to consider helping towards this noble cause. Named Henry Dunant, witnessed the Battle of Solferino, which was fought between the French and the Sardinian forces against the Austrian Empire in northern Italy. After the war, he recalled the suffering of large numbers of wounded combatants in such a devastating manner. He thereafter documented his experience in a book titled A Memory of Solferino, in which he advocated for relief societies to care for the wounded combatants during battles by non-combatants. National Committee of the Red Cross, providing health and medical care across all the globe. It is our fervent dream that this venture, Your Excellency, will grow to become so massive one day than what you envisage today. So respectfully, may I humbly request that our little contribution
Thank you very much, Lieutenant General William Ejapon, Chief of the Defense Staff. Excellency, Lieutenant General William Ejapon is accompanied by Major General Lawrence Kwaku Betenu, Chief Yes, they'll. Thank you, Mr. President. So, Lieutenant General William Ejapon is here with Major General Lawrence Kwaku Betenu, Chief of the Army Staff, Rear Admiral Godwin Lavinus Besen, Chief of the Naval Staff, Air Vice Marshal Eric Ajin Frimpong, Chief of the Air Staff, and Air Vice Marshal Joshua Latte Mensa Lakai, Chief of Staff, Ghana Armed Forces. Thank you very much. Mr. President, we are also joined by officials from the Ministry of Health, Mr. Ben Ampoma Nkansa, Director, Infrastructure. Mr. Frederick Mensah Achampong, Director, HR. Mr. Francis Kofi Nunu, Financial Controller. And Mr. Tony Goodman, Spokesperson, Ministry of Health. Thank you very much for coming. At this juncture, may we invite His Excellency the President to make a few remarks. Shall we welcome him with a round of applause, please?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Known as MahamaCare, and it was well attended, and it is one of the initiatives that and it shows us the scale of or a friend kidney disease or has liver problem or has had a cardiovascular event or is struggling with the many different cancers that exist: breast cancer, cervical cancer, prostate cancer. As I said, my mother died of complications of diabetes and high blood pressure. My father died of prostate cancer. My stepmother died of breast cancer. And so I know many people. And so this initiative is timely. And as I said on that day, it would help many of our compatriots are not immune from these non-communicable diseases. And so this program will come to the aid of many of our citizens. At the function, there was this woman whose testimony was very, very poignant, when she said that in the past they believed that non-communicable diseases were diseases of the rich because of the kind of diet that they pursued, and also because the kind of diet they ate, and also because they did little physical activity. But today, it is not only a disease of the rich, it's also a disease of the poor. And it's also not only a disease of the elderly, there are also diseases of our youth. Younger people than normal are beginning to suffer from non-communicable diseases. And so this intervention is timely, and I want to take the opportunity to thank our service commanders for this initiative. It shows that territorial boundaries and wielding weapons and driving armored tanks, you have a heart and soul beating in your chest, and that you have love of country and love of the people that you are protecting. And so on behalf of the people of Ghana, I wish to thank you for this initiative. Government has made budgetary allocation to kickstart MahamaCare. But when we see the scope of coverage that we have to do with regards to people who fall in this category, it is obvious that government's resources alone will not be sufficient. And that is why we decided to do fundraising to be able to top up whatever government has given. And I kickstarted it with 6 months of my salary. Unfortunately, I have been checking my bank account and so I don't know how much crediting my salary to my account. I will write a check for 6 months of my salary to support the market. And I'm happy to report that since we launched it, I have got a lot of inquiries from private sector organizations who are interested in helping to fund the program. And so I'm sure that one of the major collaborations we're going to do is with the private sector. And our requirement will be for the private sector to open dialysis centers in areas that don't have them. And then also to train more physiotherapists and other people who are specialized in non-communicable diseases and spread them around the country so that people don't only have to come to Accra and Kumasi to the teaching hospitals, treatment centers, so that we're able to detect and treat these sicknesses. But above all, part of the MahamaCare's program would include a strong IEC public awareness campaign for diseases. That is lifestyle changes and some of the things that cause cancers. Luckily for cancers like cervical cancer, a very effective vaccine has been developed. And so vaccinating our women and children who are still in that age bracket where they are susceptible to cervical cancer will be one of the things we look at. It will also link up with our primary health care program, because the primary health care program means that we're going to make primary health care free. It means everybody from the CHIPS compound to the district hospital can go to hospital, whether you have an NHIS card or not, to continue the education on the disposable factors for non-communicable diseases, but also give basic detection in terms of teaching women how to look out for lumps in their breast, measuring people's blood pressure with a common sphig, to know whether they find out if they're in danger of developing diabetes. In terms of the resources we spend, because expense than when it gets to a stage 3 cancer or a stage 4 cancer. And so the scope of MahamaCare is much broader than we envisage. And so every penny will be useful in making sure that it's a success. And so the little that our service commanders have contributed is big in terms of the message it sends to the rest of the country, that everybody, whether you're a soldier or you're a teacher or you're a doctor or you're a watchman or you're whatever, your little contribution can help to save the life of your relative or your dear one. We'll soon set up the trustees for the fund, and once the trustees are set up, the fund will become operational. And so thank you very much once again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. That brings to an end this morning's presentation. Would move to the foyer to take the group photograph there, please. Thank you very much.